Chongqing.
Chongqing.
The southwest Chinese city of Chongqing hit record tourism numbers last year with more than 2 million inbound trips recorded.
Tourism officials say of the 2 million, 1.5 million were foreign visitors. That's more than 70% higher than last year.
Why did you come to Chongqing?
Social media.
Yeah, it's been very viral on TikTok.
They all seem very friendly.
It's
beautiful everywhere you go. There's just mountainous skyscrapers and cities and parks everywhere.
so cool that this city is going to blow you away.
As China draws growing global attention, media outlets around the world have been struck by the discovery of the remarkable city in the country's southwest. Vast in scale and surreal in its vertical landscape, it is a city of strong industry and exceptional connectivity. It has become a magnet for online influencers and a rising destination for global investment. This city is Chongqing. Over the past 2 months, we've collected 410 reports on Chongqing from 185 media outlets across 64 countries and regions. In the next 2 episodes, we will take a closer look at how and why this city has moved from relative obscurity to growing global attention through the lens of the international media. Welcome everyone, this is Let's Meet, brought to you by the WCICO. I'm your host Alex. Today marks our 200th episode. Over the past 2 years and nearly 200 episodes, we have taken you deep into the story of Chongqing. But we are not the only ones paying attention to this city. Just a few years ago, when talking about Chinese cities, you'd probably think of Beijing or Shanghai. Chongqing was barely on the radar. Newsweek once put it bluntly, the world's biggest city you've probably never heard of. The Indian Defense Review agreed, noting it was little known outside of Asia. But in recent years, this city has suddenly become a regular in the global spotlight, serving as a new window for the world to observe China. Oliver Wainwright, an architectural critic for The Guardian, once asked, "Why is Chongqing my wonder of the world?" This reflects the curiosity of many who are just discovering the city. Wainwright provided an excellent summary in his article, built across the series of impossibly steep mountainside and vertiginous valleys at the dramatic confluence of the Yangtze and the Jialing rivers. It is an astonishing urban phenomenon to behold a vertically sprawling city that can only be understood in 3 dimensions. Indeed, the first reason Chongqing has captured the global media's imagination is its unique topography. Brazil's O Globo stated, "This metropolis rises up and breaks all traditional urban planning models." Indonesia's mainstream Porto Suara noted, "Chongqing is even hailed as the most futuristic city." Its architecture and design are also considered to defy logic. Uruguay's La Repubblica described it as a design that breaks the laws of reality, vertical, interconnected, and never stopping. The Wall Street Journal offered an even more visually striking description. An elevated train cuts through a residential high-rise. What looks like a street-level plaza is also the roof of a cliffside building 22 stories high. At night, the neon skyline lights up the scene from Blade Runner. Foreign tourists have marveled that here. It was just this feast for your eyes everywhere you turn. If it only relied on unique topography, the buzz surrounding Chongqing wouldn't last. What truly keeps the world talking are deeper questions. How do you support a city of this magnitude on such rugged terrain? How do you keep a metropolis of 32 million people running in orderly fashion? Through this megacity, the media has caught a glimpse of the future. As a CNN reporter described the experience of visiting Chongqing, Chongqing feels like peering into the future. This future refers not just to the architecture, but to the stability, order, and modernization of the city's operation. Russia's tech media, iXBT, focused directly on the megacity's infrastructure, stating that Chongqing's multi-level transportation system demonstrates how infrastructure integrates into the existing landscape, creating multi-layered living places for millions. The French weekly Le Point even called Chongqing's a laboratory of Chinese power, suggesting its futuristic feel comes not just from visuals, but from a governance system that maintains high efficiency even under extreme vertical destiny. A reporter from Poland's Interia wrote, from a daily perspective, you don't feel afraid walking at night and you don't need to clutch your wallet on the subway. The UK Travels Weekly simply stated, Chongqing is the most modern city ever visited. In today's episode, we are honored to have Dennis Rogatuk from LC Dudano with us to help unpack the story of Chongqing. Dennis, as a journalist who has followed global developments, when did you first start paying attention to Chongqing and what drew your attention to this amazing city?
There was this one time I was scrolling through the feed. At one point I stumbled across this video of Chongqing by night, which is of course well known around the world, but it was just starting to go viral then. But the way it was recognized as like the heartland for the technology and industrial development in Western China. I'll say the way in which the Chinese government, they're able to really plan decades ahead, and in a way that accounts for the growth of the country and of the role which Chongqing can play.
Thank you for sharing. If the magic and futurism from the skeleton of the city, then we turn our lens from skyscrapers and 3D transit to the depths of the back streets. Global media discovers another Chongqing. Here, the rising steam comes not just from delicious hot pots, but from the touching rhythm of daily life. Brazil's O Globo linked Chongqing's food culture with its human touch, stating, hot pot is cultural memory of this city. Street eateries open late into the night form an unceasing pulse of life. Mexicans Excelsior observe that depth despite the grand architecture and intense visual pressure. Chongqing is not a cold city. The streets are vibrant. Young people inject energy into public spaces, and the community spirit remains strong. CNN quoted Matthew Blair, an expat who has lived in Chongqing for 15 years, to paint a more specific picture. An abundance of street food, late-night barbecue, and hot pot restaurants still open at 2 a.m. The locals are resilient, as spicy as their food. They are generous, loud, and alive. Germany's Focus magazine used the word wild to describe Chongqing's passionate spiciness, mentioning that the city is wilder and more exciting than anywhere else they've experienced. But this wildness isn't exactly a state of vibrant openness. What's even more noteworthy is that the more influencers walk into Chongqing streets, old Western stereotypes about China are being shattered. They are discovering who the Chinese people really are. As the New Yorker put it, TikTok has shown millions of Americans hospital farmers, funny neon sign hawkers, and friends dressing up for hot pot. It even suggests that most compelling way to present a place is through the ordinary moments of everyday life. Bloomberg shared a similar view. Travel bloggers who marveled at China's robots, hot pots, and high-speed rail are winning hearts and minds. A couple of things that are really striking about this city is when it gets a burst of tourism, massive amount of tourists come to the city actually forms a new attitude. It kind of shuts down bridges for the traffic and gives way to people. And I have a question for you. How do you view this kind of hospitality and openness, often described in media coverage of Chongqing and its people?
I believe that's really unique. I think not just to Chongqing, but also I really have not encountered this anywhere else in the world. This sort of we would call a planned shutdown. It takes place, but it takes place really for the benefit of the people, for the benefit of the locals and the tourists. I think there's never been like really this, this way of trying to facilitate, everyday life for the locals and enjoyment for the foreigners, for the tourists. I think Chongqing has done an excellent job in this regard with this initiative, because in a way it actually allows the foreigners and the tourists to really mix in with the culture and with the environment of the city. Go across the bridges, go across the different sections of the city. I see in such a free and free-spirited way. So I think things are excellent.
As global eyes converge on Chongqing, a new trend has caught the attention of foreign media in 2025. Chongqing is becoming a top destination for young travelers from Southeast Asia. The Jakarta Daily, reporting on China's tourism boom, noted that more and more Southeast Asians are pouring into Chongqing. Indonesia's Antara News agency emphasized in several reports that Chongqing is the fastest growing destination for Southeast Asian tourists. Thailand's The Nation even wrote that Chongqing is the most popular destination and now the most visited cities by Thai tourists, driven by tourism campaigns and viral social media landmarks and stunning night views. It's not just Southeast Asia. Newsweek believes that as travelers increasingly seek novel experiences, Chongqing's blend of scale, innovation, and visual drama could turn this lesser-known megacity into a top-tier global destination. The UK Travel Weekly made a similar prediction. Chongqing is China's next must-sell city. Why has Chongqing become a global hotspot? Perhaps the weekly drone light shows over the two rivers hold the answer. South Korea's Korea Economic Daily praised how it perfectly fuses tourism with technological innovation, stating that Chongqing is redefining our perception of travel. The sky is no longer the limit. America's TTW called it the technological marvel, offering an immersive 3D animation experience that seemed more like something out of CGI than reality. In the eyes of Brazil's O Globo, drones and fireworks form a core part of Chongqing's cyber aesthetics, but the reason Chongqing leaves a deeper memory isn't just because it's new. In your view, why has Chongqing become an increasingly popular destination for international tourists?
I believe that tourists, people across the world, they always, in one aspect is that people always want to see the new best thing,
right?
The new trending topic that's on everyone's mind. And in the last few years, I believe, also in a part thanks to social media, Chongqing has been put on the map. Thanks to its advancements, thanks to the way that it has been presented, the way that the city actually, designed itself for this purpose. I believe that's one reason. But also the second reason also really has to do with China overall, with the way that China, the way its new place in the world, and its new place in the world as really giving hope to a great number of people, to hundreds of millions of people across the world. Not just an alternative model, but also a society being able to build itself up to such heights in such a short period of time.
Thanks to Denis Rogatuk for providing these diverse media perspectives. If Chongqing's magic topography was the first page of the global media's introduction to the city, then the culture and tourism we discussed today are just the prologue. In our next episode, we will follow the global media's gaze to see another side of Chongqing. We will decode a key question. Why is it that when the world tries to understand China's manufacturing upgrade, the restructuring of global supply chains, and the new logic of inland opening up, more and more foreign media are pointing to Chongqing for the answers? Thank you for watching, and I look forward to continuing our conversation in the next episode. Let's meet, showcasing new Chongqing to the world. I'm your host, Alex. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.